Adventure bike manufacturers promise us the best in all-round exploration capability. Long-range touring and comfort, great handling, advanced traction systems with the ability to tackle the extremes of off-road tracks to open highways and everything in between. Honda's X-ADV 750 is marketed in the adventure segment of its lineup along with the Africa Twin and CRF model range. But is it really an adventure bike? Can it do the things the marketing promises? Can one bike really do it all? After 3,000 miles of ownership, I'll give you my honest view. In return for the X-ADV's high price tag, you get genuinely impressive suspension. It easily absorbs potholes, lumps in the road, and performs surprisingly well off-road. But, and it's a big but, only if you've set your suspension up properly for your weight and riding style. The X-ADV has preload adjustment in the rear located at the bottom of the rear shock spring. The tools needed for adjustment are in your toolkit and it only takes a few minutes. On the front forks you have both preload and rebound damping. Adjustments are made on the top of the fork springs with the tools supplied in your kit. Setup sounds complicated, but if you calculate your sag correctly, you'll get better performance and handling from your bike. I'll leave some links in the description of some YouTubers who can explain this much better than I can. The X-ADV has a crisp, clear and fully configurable TFT display. Honda integrates its system using HSTC, Honda's selectable torque control. This is the brain of the bike, which works out what levels of traction are needed depending on the terrain type. There are 5 settings that can be switched between seamlessly on the move. Each mode has different levels of power, engine braking, DCT gear changes, traction control and ABS. This system also allows you the flexibility to manually set your own preferences in the user mode. You can fully turn off traction control, but ABS is only limited to a lower setting of intervention. Having used this off-road, I can safely say this is a benefit as it prevents the front wheel from total lock-up. I thought the user settings might have been a bit of a gimmick, but I've come to use and trust the settings. Rain mode has saved my butt a few times from sliding out, and gravel mode saved me from sliding the front out in the mud. If you fit the optional heated grips, you can adjust the settings on the display using the switchgear on the left handlebar. These grips are great, but you may need to sell a body organ to be able to afford the eye-watering retail price. Come on Honda, with the price point of this bike this should be standard. Taking the X-ADV on some muddy green lanes was not as stressful as I thought. With gravel mode selected, I was off for a mini adventure. But it's not all as it seems. Honda forgot to mention that without the off-road pegs, this is a death trap. Honda, why are you selling these without these fitted as standard? If you're considering going off-road, get some pegs fitted. Don't buy the eye-wateringly expensive Honda ones. Get some off eBay like I did for £85. They fit perfectly and I've had no issues so far. If you're interested in the X-ADV, you're probably scouring YouTube looking at reviews. I came across a number with demonstrations of off-road use just using the sideboards. In all but the stickiest of tarmac, this is a quick way to end up on the floor. With all your weight on the front end, there's limited suspension travel and traction stopping you from squishing your body into some track in the middle of nowhere. On the plus point, with the pegs fitted, the X-ADV casually soaks up the bumps and shows it's more than capable dirt track adventurer. I found the DCT to be intuitive, hold the gears in the right places and ultimately allow me to focus on the terrain. Honda's DCT has improved massively over the years. If you want to get into adventure riding and want the benefit of both manual changing or the laziness of automatic, this is a bike worth considering. On the road, the X-ADV is a pleasure to ride. Plenty of comfort, storage, great positioning for your feet and all the technology needed to make long distance mileage a simple task. The DCT changes gears seamlessly, making town traffic and commuting a relaxed affair. Honda's Roadsync is excellent, providing you with your music, navigation, calls and text through voice commands and your in-helmet speaker system. At the moment this is only available on Android. Again, come on Honda, make this available for iOS. When it comes to the parallel twins power output, don't be too concerned. The X-ADV has a surprising turn of pace when needed. The power and torque curve work well, giving plenty of grunt both on and off-road. In return for the low revving engine, You get amazing fuel economy and an engine lifespan that will go on for years. In over 1,800 miles, this bike has returned over 73 miles per gallon. On the motorway, this bike has no problems at speed limit pace. It is more than capable of hauling a passenger and your luggage for as many miles as you can handle. With the cost of living increasing and inflation on the rise, this adventure bike offers low running costs and good value for money. To summarise my thoughts on the X-ADV, I would say it's a comfortable, capable all-rounder. It offers a safe and sure-footed start into adventure touring. I can't not feel a bit short-changed though. With a few additions like the off-road pegs, Roadsync for iOS and heated grips, it would be the adventure bike Honda marketed it to be. If you've enjoyed this upload and you want to see more, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.